as a child's parent. Even though she's helping, she thinks that that means that you no longer have a voice, and that certain things are being used as a weapon. Like, people will weaponize their help and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you tell these people this and they can't see it. And they can't see that, like, this particular person that's supposed to be helping is actually.
Yeah, like, I feel like she's doing it to my child, but I just had to put my foot down, like, the last go around, like, because at first, when she had told me, like, a couple years back, when he did 5 years, because this boy's been, like, really, like, I don't think my baby daddy hasn't experienced any type of life outside of prison.
Mm-hmm.
So he went in before he became 18. He came out after he turned 18, but he went right back in, like, a year later, doing 5 years. So during the first bid that he went in, I was young. Like, I had my child when I was 18, so I was young. And I watched her, like, try to manipulate the situation. And she really, like, how she came at me and just was doing all types of stuff. So I just distanced myself away from her. When he came home, you know, my child went over there. And it didn't went to the point where it was like any type of penetration. But her youngest son is like 2 years older than my daughter. And he was like playing dollhouse with my baby, like dry humping on her.
Mm-hmm.
So when, you know, of course, with me and my daughter, like the bond that we have, that was something that it came out really early, like before it could get to that point where he knew what he was even doing. So me, like, not knowing, you know, everything that was going to come behind it. I was young, like I said, and this is not my culture. Okay, this is not my culture. So I'm like, okay, I took my daughter to the hospital, you know, just to make sure I was safe. So she had a DCF case and everything on her. And with that, like, she took it
personal.
She took it. Yeah, she took it very personal.
But when you
trying to punish my child now for that.
But when you
speaking on that.
Right, but when you grow up in a time, and this is when we have to start understanding each other's trauma. When you grow up in a time where you were silenced, or women were silenced in general about things like this, meaning you're not supposed to bring shame on your family. So if you are molested or raped or violated, you have to think about what it could do to the family name, or to, you know, our ability for forward progress as a family. Like, you will fast forward think that things like this are absurd because you've been programmed to believe that speaking up is an absurd, negative thing to do. So a lot of stuff that, like, it has to do with the difference in times and a difference in not having the information, and them not, healing from their trauma. Nobody making a safe space for them to ever be vulnerable. So there is a jealousy role that is in it. There is a space where it's like a lot of what some people see as the friction between older generations and younger generations. It has to do with jealousy. Jealousy as far as the opportunities that they're getting that they didn't have, the freedom and the spaces to speak on certain things that they didn't have. And it does create smoke, like it creates beef, it creates grudges. This is why the conversations that I try to have is to bridge the gap, is to make people more aware, give logic, give understanding. Then it talks about the bad black sheep. It says, if you happen to fall into this category, then you are more than likely a toxic codependent or narcissist. The bad black sheep is criminal-minded and doesn't give a shit about hurting his or her family. They will continue to misbehave and dish out the same disrespect they receive from toxic family members. The bad black sheep is a rebel, and he will latch on to dysfunction of the family. He will latch on to the dysfunction of the family. He has a love-hate relationship with his toxic parents and won't disconnect from them. Anybody can relate to that.
Brother. Ooh, I have a brother that's like that. Jesus, now this book breaks down his personality. Because I always ask him, like, why do you go back? Like, he'll tell my mom stuff and know my mom finna tell the whole family, and he's still like. He's still feeding to it, and he get mad, and he like, I just need to borrow $10, and I'm like, bro, why you keep depending on them, they ain't gonna do nothing but throw it in your
But
face,
you got to
make you mad,
understand,
talk
it
bad
it
about
has
you.
become, after a certain amount of time, it has
Yep.
been a certain amount of time, meaning how many times they've been through this cycle. It's programmed now, and like it says, they're latched on to the dysfunction. I know some of y'all have genuinely met adults that they are not bad people, but they like drama. It is entertaining to them. It is a certain level of excitement behind the attention they get with the drama, even if it's exposing their business, even if it's exposing your business, even if it make them look dumb, even if it's embarrassing. It's just the idea that some shit is going on. Some stuff is about to pop off. Who can relate?
My mother-in-law, well, my baby's daddy, I'm not actually married. His mother, she's very narcissistic. I had actually asked you like about, the relationship she holds with my kids at your live event in Atlanta to try, kind of figure out how to navigate it and stuff, because even in reading the book, it's like damn near every single chapter, I'm like, oh my God, they're talking about this lady, but she does that to her daughter. Her daughter is like the black sheep. She's gay. Or she's a lesbian or whatever. So, her mother is like, supposed to be so holy rolling in the church, but doing just like the lady's talking about, and just verbally, mentally, emotionally abusive. And my sister-in-law can see like the stuff that her mom's doing, but she'll let her mom suck her in every time. Like I can sit back, like you're saying, like narrate what's about to happen. Like, yep, she's about to suck her in. Like, because if the tension starts to get on my mother-in-law where she's fixing to be exposed, she's finna stir up so much dust to get it up off of her. So she'll create a whole scenario just to put everything on someone else. And then like she'll turn something on me that didn't even happen. My sister-in-law really like will call me and cuss me out about something her mom said, but everyone knows that this lady is a habitual liar. But she was still, like I could see her still suck her in.
But I'm gonna tell you, I don't mean to cut you off, but she's an opinion leader as well.
She is,
when we talk about family, most of the heavily toxic people that are elders, they are opinion leaders. So even though we know they be doing some fucked up shit, they hold so much influence over a certain amount of family members that it's like everybody knows it, but nobody confronts it. Everybody knows it, but nobody does anything about it. Everybody knows it, but nobody's going to change or set boundaries with them. Everybody knows it, but nobody's going to confront them. Everybody knows it, and one person could actually confront them, and everybody gonna damn near be mad at that person for the drama it creates, even though they didn't start the drama. It starts with the fucked up narcissistic elder in the family.
Yeah, that's me. I just confronted her in November, and it just so happened, like, I confronted her. I went off, and it's 10 minutes later, my baby's daddy called. Well, I talked to my mom and da-da-da. Yep. I'm like, oh my God, I'm confronting this lady about the shit she did to you. It took her 5 minutes to suck you back in. I'm like, hell, I'm staying out of it. And she just so happened to be having surgery on that particular month. So when I sat back, we live on the same street, and seeing how many of the different family members going on over there checking on her, like using the medical problems, like, oh my God, I'm about to die. She does it all the time. Like you could see her doing it. And I seen how people she could still suck in. It just let me know who I need to keep a distance from as well. Like, when they want to call you and talk about this lady and da-da-da-da and go to venting and saying how she does, but you see all of them down there seeing about her and making sure she's okay and she's got everyone reeled in. No, don't fuck with them either.
I love what you're sharing because it's so spot on. Now let's get to a controversial part of the book, right? So there is a part of this same chapter that we're reading, and I'll read it to you. It says, I wholeheartedly believe that when you were conceived in your mother's womb, God marked you to take on the greatest task of breaking your family's generational curse. It says, yes, even before you were born, God marked you. It is an honor and a privilege to be selected by God to carry out such a difficult task. He was being very selective when he chose you. So for me personally, right, as an author and as somebody that understands, like I know for me, and this is my opinion, feel free to disagree. I feel like this was thrown in here to offer some encouragement as you reading through the heavy shit, because I'm very big on logic and common sense, right? the way that your life look and the family you was born in is based on the choices from the people that conceived you. How their life it comes from their choices and the people that conceived them. It ain't no pre-existing you were chosen to take on and break these generational curses. The idea is what trauma and shit that your family sat in comes from the generations before them and the generations before them. And the idea is we have to really get a grip on the concept that how my life looks is a reflection of my choices. How my mama life looks is a reflection of her choices. How my mama's mama life looks and so forth and so on till we go all the way back to, if you're African American, how our people were oppressed and where we come from. And then if you look back, just even with other races, you look at your history and how your people got to where they're at. Anybody got anything they want to add on this part before we move to the next part? So now, what else stuck out for you guys before we move into the next chapter?
The whole book, because Love picked a good one, and she got up there and everything.
I highlighted the part that says dysfunctional doesn't mean that you have to spend the rest of your life tolerating it. Because we're taught that that's my mama, that's my daddy, that's my brother. I just deal with it, I tolerate it, but I decided I can't. My mental, I can't deal with dysfunction.
Right.
Not to have a healthy life that I wanted, that I was working towards, I had to detach from the dysfunction, and it wasn't easy, but I just didn't want no part in that. So that I highlighted that because it hit me.
I like what you're saying. And I'm gonna tell y'all something. One thing I am a big believer in is people being a little bit more naturally intuitive than others, because and this is just a fun fact about me. Before I knew all the facts and information and read all the books I've read, as a young child, I was able to call bullshit from jump, right? And it was only because I was just a little bit more in tune with logic as a child. I don't know if it was directly character traits I picked up from one parent or another, but I was always the child that I never gave a fuck about you being an elder or not. Once I was taught right and wrong, once I was introduced to religion and, introduced to the concept of being a good person and here's what you shouldn't do to people, here's what you should. Once I really understood the concept of treating others how you want to be treated, I was willing to speak on, and I got in trouble a lot for it, when adults wasn't doing shit on the up and up. I was never one that, sat in a space where it was like, because that's my auntie, we ain't gonna say nothing. Because that was my dad, we ain't gonna say nothing. Because I knew, even if I didn't verbally say something, I knew the shit wasn't right. And nobody ever had me sitting somewhere believing that some fuck shit that they was doing was okay. Like, you could read on my face as a young child that I get you telling us that it's our fault and we got to go sit down somewhere. But bitch, I'm knowing it's really you. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying this, but as a child, I'm knowing she full of shit. Mama and all, bitch, you full of motherfucking shit.
That was me. You couldn't make it make sense to me.
Yep. I used to do, that's how I used to get smacked in the mouth all the time. I used to always say, that don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? And I had time quiet because I didn't get whoopings, but I got smacked in the mouth so many times that's why I think my teeth was crooked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Smack me in my mouth for saying stuff. But then she would say, how these people making you feel? What this room feel like? You know what I'm saying? She'll start asking me stuff like that. What you think about so-and-so? Put me in grown people business. And then at what they call grown people business.
Right.
But then when I get in grown people business, now I get smacked in the mouth because I didn't. But say that last night when you was asking me about these grown people.
Right.
Got in trouble. My family, all of them, Adrian always got something to say. You know what I'm saying? Now, because y'all on some BS. Y'all, what, this makes no sense. That was me.
Right. Adrian, I'm gonna tell you something, because some of us, they may have never spoke up, but they knew the shit was bullshit. That's why when they turned 18, 17, they got the fuck out of there. This is why a lot of people literally with no life skills they still just got the fuck from home because they knew, like, I don't give a damn. I know I ain't got no car. I know I ain't got no really know where to go or no consistent, but I got to get the fuck out of here because I know that no matter what a motherfucker verbally saying to me, this don't feel right. It don't look right. It don't sound right. It is pushing against my ethics. Like, I'm knowing, even though these are adults doing this, it doesn't make sense. Now, everybody, it doesn't have that naturally in them. Some people have to get older and they have to teach themselves how to look at things for what they are rather than allow people that are older than them or people that are raising them to manipulate them. It's a lot of people right now that their mother or they know damn well them people wrong and they not willing to speak up or say something. It feels too uncomfortable.
That when I'm around people like that, Dorsey, like when I hear people tell a story, I'm like, that sounds like bullshit. Mm-hmm. But when I'm watching the other people, they're like in tune, like, what? Yep. And I'm sitting there like, what the fuck? Y'all not even gonna question it? Like, it blows my mind for me because I've never been like the type you can just sit me down and just tell me something and I'm just gonna believe the shit. You can't just tell me. And my kid, they're like that. And people think it's weird that my children, like, well, they kids. I tell my kids, all adults ain't right.
Yep.
So even if you...
But most people are not telling their children that. Most people are, and this is when we get into, like, when you look at relationships and things like that, some people are just inclined to believe people based on titles and statuses and who's older, and they're overlooking logic, common sense, things that press against safety and your well-being, stuff that is genuinely going to cause you more, and they just kind of going along with stuff because so-and-so said it. And it's like you literally, as you parent, you have to tell your children outright, like, here is how you use your brain and process, rather something is good advice or something an adult is telling you is something you should follow. It's like you have to teach them, because for a lot of us, we were 17, 18 and didn't understand how to pick out when somebody's tricking us, manipulating us, backstabbing us, using us. You had to like basically get used in order to realize, okay, this is what using looks like.
Right. That was me.
that was me as well.
So then it talks about narcissistic personality disorder. It says it's both genetic and environmental. It is a personality disorder that is taught by an abusive individual, usually a guardian or a caregiver, and passed down to a child, hindering the emotional development of that said child. The child then grows up to be an adult with an emotional void due to the abuse he or she was exposed to in their childhood. Instead of the narcissist taking steps to correct the toxic behavior that he was taught in his childhood, he will proceed to go on in life and repeat the abuse he suffered. And I'm going to tell y'all something. There are a lot of people that, although they're not narcissists, they do operate in certain areas where, because ain't nobody help me with this, bitch, you'll be all right. Ain't nobody got to help you with that. Ain't nobody show me this, so bitch, you'll be all right. I ain't got to show you this. Like, they literally want to see people go through some of the shit they went through as far as lack of resources or lack of knowledge just because they went through it. Mm-hmm. I see women do it to other women all the time. Even without being, I watch it when you hear me speak on the topic about, people, like there is this pandemic of relationship trauma where we about to break up, we fuck one last time, I get pregnant, and then I tell myself, I'm finna keep my baby and I'm finna make you help, even though you telling me you not in a space in your life where you want to have a baby. I know that we're not sleeping with each other to have a baby, but I'm gonna just go along with this narrative, play victim to the world. Y'all gonna agree with me because y'all women, and we gonna call this nigga a fuck nigga, even though I knew we were not trying to be parents. We was just fucking, but I'm gonna go along with this. And you see a lot of women tell these girls, yep, have your baby girl. I did. I ain't had nobody to help me, and I did it on my, just literally telling them to sign up for the same traumatic fuck shit that you went through, that not only fucked you up, but it fucked up your children, so that she can have the same fucked up testimony and make more fucked up individuals that are out here trying to heal from the same shit we trying to heal from. It's narcissistic as fuck. The actual individual doesn't have to be a narcissist, but this is some narcissistic ass shit. Like, there are, when I really look back. I will go back through like a lot of my one-on-one phone calls and look at the topics in which we talked about. There are so many conversations I've had with so many women where it's like they just don't want to be honest about how this baby was born. The stuff they going through with their co-parenting situation, it's actually normal based on how the child was conceived. It's not normal if we're talking about two people married or in a serious relationship and made a decision to start having children and had the baby and then the guy abandoned you. But it is normal when we be fucking and fighting and we broke up and I caught you with another girl and then you got drunk one night, pulled up over here. We smoked some weed together. We fucked. I took a pregnancy test. A month later, I'm pregnant and now you really ain't coming through for the child like you should because I went back and forth with you. You told me to get an abortion. I didn't. I got mad, told everybody you was not claiming the baby and all this excessive shit. And then when you fast forward, they're like, love, I need help with my co-parenting situation because, I just don't understand why he not helping. And then I have to make them go all the way back to how the child was conceived. And when they explain it, this actually matches what you're going through. Same thing we was talking about earlier when I talked to women. You were a side piece. You got pregnant from the man as a side piece. Then now you're making all this fuss saying that you don't understand why your child is not being treated the same or given the same exact stuff as the in-house kids that didn't come from a side piece. Ma'am, this makes no sense. It's very logical as to why your child is getting less than the kids that live with him. Your child came from a scandal. Both of y'all responsible, but your children will never experience him like the in-house. And it makes no sense that it's like this is overlooked and we go straight to being some sort of victim. And then the situation need to be manipulated where he has to suffer for what I'm going through. As you go through life, you got to be willing to let me set aside my feelings and logically look at what's going on and be real with myself about why. I don't have to like it. I don't have to sit in it. I don't have to say this is what I'm going to be okay with. But I do need to be honest with myself. If there are children involved, with the children, if there are other adults that are key factors, I need to be honest with all parties involved about how we got here. That's the only way we're going to get from here. It then goes on to, it describes something called narcissistic supply. So it says, the narcissist needs fuel to sustain his lifestyle. This energy source, emotional reaction, is what they're talking about, that he steals from his victims is called narcissistic supply. If you cannot be used in any capacity, and you got to really listen to this, if you cannot be used in any capacity, whether it is your money, time, resources, sex, or being at their beck and call, you will be discarded like trash. Who can relate?
Ooh, child. Me.
I can. That was a whole relationship for me.
Man, I was married to one for 8 years, and when you say it changes you for sure. He's still like that to this day. If I say that the kids need something, he's very cold with it, but I don't feed into it because I used to still be his fuel. Even once we got divorced, I was still an energy for him, but I didn't know that. So now that I'm like, okay, thank you for the response, I'll move on. There's no reactions from him because there's nothing. I'm not reacting.
Right.
But it's draining. It's so draining dealing with him, especially when you.
But somebody say, but listen. Somebody say the other side of it, right? The narcissist needs what's called narcissistic supply, right? Is what the book is saying. What does that talk about it? What does that mean about you? When people don't realize when they go around saying, I was married to a narcissist, I was dating a narcissist, my mama was a narcissist, my brother is this, my cousin is, what's wrong with us?
Oh my, I had to get,
because they wouldn't fuck with us.
No confidence.
This is what I'm saying. A narcissist wouldn't fuck with somebody who doesn't give them money, time, resources, sex, be at their beck and call, not have boundaries. Like a narcissist can't do nothing with you if you was healthy and whole. If you had boundaries, if you was all that like people claim to be, you wouldn't even be attracting a person like that. Because if I'm a narcissist, I don't want no motherfucker that got boundaries and high self-esteem and they can articulate and be assertive about what they don't want done. Motherfuckers who going through shit with abusive people, you are a type for them.
I was definitely codependent. I had no self-esteem. I didn't know shit about life. Like, I was one of those people you just said. I left home at 17 because I just couldn't take that shit no more. And I'm learning as I go. So, of course, I'm the perfect candidate. I'm homeless. I ain't got no money. I ain't got no car. Yep. I ain't got no self-esteem. I'm dependent because I just left home from dependent on these people. So I was the perfect person for him. And the moment I asked him, like, I need my phone bill paid, I can't get to work, that was like, even looking back at it now, I see the light, the fuel light up in him.
Yep.
I just didn't know what it was because I wasn't aware.
But Chrissy, this is why I'm gonna tell you something.
This
is why I'm so against, right? And I will argue a bitch down. Like, we can debate for hours. Like, this is why I'm so against advising young girls to just move forward with pregnancies when they don't have reason. Because I know who finna get their ass. I already know when you tell me, hey, love, this my little cousin, her and her baby daddy broke up, she pregnant, and she in a space where she trying to figure out what to do. I already know with no solid resources, without having a backbone and boundaries and some sort of sense of your basic, one of these motherfuckers out here, male or female, not just male, they finna get a hold of your ass. One of these narcissistic bitches and niggas, they finna run you in the ground, bitch. Because when you have this little baby and you young and dumb and you don't know what's going on, you don't got no resources, no real backbone, they gonna run you in the dirt using you and giving you little penny pinches and pieces of help. And the fact that you don't got nobody, the fact that you don't got no structure, no real plan for how you gonna stabilize yourself, they gonna have your ass around here sucking dick for diapers or motherfucking getting beat up and exploited for a car ride to work. Like, shit's gonna get ugly before it ever gets better. And I feel like as a community, we need to be more honest about things like this. As a community, we need to be more real. Like, just sitting around telling you'll be all right. I had mines at 15. I was all right. No, the fuck you were not. Like, when you step out here away from home and you don't have nothing going on, the sharks come. And I'm gonna say this, I'm not just talking about men. Women will do it. I know younger girls, older hoes got these younger girls watching their kids alone. Just because I bought your baby some diapers and wipes, they got this younger girl over here, damn near spending all her days watching their kids based on the girl being able to use bitches will manipulate you. Niggas will, all you got to do is be one of these gullible, codependent, I don't got my bases together. And you will see the predators line the fuck up to get your ass. And it goes on for years for a lot of people. It takes people years to like wake up to where we're at right now and really get a grip that it's me. It's me. It's not these people. As soon as I change how I operate with myself, I won't be attractive to them anymore. This is why when you see a lot of women that get abused, when you see a lot of men, because nowadays it's a lot of men in a space where they in survival mode. You see the narcissistic women, like I'm talking about rag and tag their ass up and down the motherfucking highway. You see a man that's like struggling with getting himself together, coming from a broken home, no daddy in his life, done did some prison time, don't got a plan for himself, trying to figure himself out as a man. He fuck around and get with one of these women that she's going to tell you to fuck up, bro, because she gonna let you use her car, and as soon as you don't do something that she asks, she gonna take that bitch from you, treat you like one of her kids, reel your ass back in, treat you nasty again, give you a little money, tell you can flip this, bring you back in when you don't live. Like, it will go up and down and up and down and up and until as a man you realize I have to really get by myself, set some standards for myself, get my life together myself. Anybody got any questions on what I'm describing? It's important that this starts to be normal verbiage where people are honest. When you in a survival mode, or when you don't have your basics together, or when you going through extremely hard times that press against your sanity, like you are prey to people like this.
It's so true what you're saying. And then just of course, it was like that for me, you know, the way that I grew up. And, you know, I latched on to people thinking that we were close and we were actually friends and they actually cared about me, you know, with women, even with my mother-in-law, I'm telling you about, with relationships, you know, and I'm well into my 30s now. And it took me to realize, like, it's you. The more I've worked on myself and learned about setting boundaries and saying no and becoming the best version of myself and working on goals in several different areas, the more I can see now, like, no, it's you. Just like you're saying about the people, you are the perfect target, but you really have no idea. Like, I think I commented earlier on your live. The sad part is with people don't see anything wrong with them. I was having a conversation with my girlfriend about this earlier. Like, it's really true what they say in AA. Like, the first step is admitting that you have a problem. Some people never.
But Sierra, I'm gonna tell you why though. Like, even if you look online, there are so many people with podcasts and platforms like mine. They talk about the narcissist. That's all they talk about. Is the narcissist. Right. They talk about that one character. They don't spend. It's like I'm one of the few people on the internet talking about what's wrong with the other parties involved, because that's what's going to make the narcissist or the manipulator or the person that's not good, the one that everybody's saying he or she is doing wrong. They won't stay anywhere. They can't wrong you. If they can't get their supply, they rolling out. If they can't get their fuel, they leaving. I'm like one of the only people saying, no, let's talk about what's wrong with us that have these stories about the experiences with them. But every time you scroll, you get on TikTok, you get on Facebook, you get on Instagram, everybody's talking about the abuser. Everybody's making it clear what an abuser looks like. But let's talk about what a prime example of someone that is the perfect victim, the perfect candidate for an abuser to line themselves up with. If you could recognize that, you could literally take yourself out of the running to be picked by one of them. It's a reason why, and I explain this, and a lot of people get triggered, right? But I talk to, you know, women that they undergoing counseling for domestic violence and things like that. And I'm big on stressing what attracted the abuser to you. Because there are women that, like, we've went through our whole lives and niggas that beat bitches up won't even look at us. Like, I'm not a candidate. Like, you probably couldn't pay a nigga that like to beat women up to try to date me. Like, it ain't, you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't look like a sweet lick.
That is so,
and it's not because I'm any better than the other women that are going through this. There are certain character traits. Yes, there are things I put in place where you're not even going to be able to swing it. Like, I look for shit. You got one time to, like, talk aggressive like you think men and women are supposed to, you know, bump, and I'm out. You got one time to make it look like you, and I'm calling my motherfucking father, my brother that's an ex-military vet. Like, I'm going to make some few phone calls. Like, you can accidentally trip me, bitch, and I'm damn near, I don't know, let me call my daddy back and tell him not to come and fuck you up, because he already was on his way. The fuck, and you was an accident. So it's like, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, my sister put me in a position like that before. She from the streets, and I wasn't. And they're, you know, hood dudes, they're a little bit more aggressive. They're different, but they know who they can be like that,
exactly.
Too. So and she was like, you ain't going to hit her in her mouth. If that was me, you would have hit me in my mouth. He was like, no, she don't even look like somebody that I need to even go there with. And I'm confused, because I'm like, oh, y'all can't say that back to them? He said, we can't talk back to them. I'm like, oh, shit, you ain't finna call me out my name. But I wasn't used, I didn't know what that was. So now, fast forward, you're explaining that. Men just know. They know who they can.
Because listen, people that are abusers, narcissists, manipulators, this is not just men, this is women as well. They have a type. Them women that's extremely controlling and like to treat men like boys, they know what type of niggas to go get. They know to go get one of them niggas fresh out of jail, don't got no plan for themselves, don't got no resources, no family. They done burnt their bridges with a lot of people in hell. Maybe they just didn't have no family. Them hoes know what niggas to go get. Because if you go try to get a nigga like my brother or the guys that been around, you ain't, man, a nigga gonna look at it. Is you crazy, bitch? You think you finna talk to me like, if you don't get the fuck blocked, whole phone number never answered for again, they know what niggas to go get to handle like that. Grown men that got even if he fucked up, if he knowing I know the process to bounce back, they not finna sit there and let you talk to them any kind of way, try to manipulate them. People be knowing who the fuck to pick out. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. When you're raising children, I have 3 daughters. I teach my daughters this. People who like to rape people, family members, and all like to molest, they like children that are shy and won't speak up, and children that got parents that are easily manipulated. My children, like I've bred them from a space of being open and articulating, and I wouldn't give a fuck if a motherfucker told you, hey, don't tell your mama this or I'm gonna kill your whole family. We want to be dead. Like my daughters was 7 and I'm making them recite this. If somebody tells you don't tell us something or they're gonna kill us or something, I want to die. To know the secret, I want to die. Let them kill me. Talk. Bring it out. If you tell me something, I'm coming. We fact checking, we looking, we knocking over mattresses, busting down, we coming. So it's like I set them up where my girls are not a candidate for that type of fuck shit. We talk about it often. If I put one of them in a lift, I'm gonna write the lift driver, don't rape my daughter, and I'm saying these words just like this. We open with this shit. Ain't gonna be no, oh, I never thought that would happen. Because I know people that are on this type of shit, they look for people that are afraid of these topics.
And I do that with my daughter's 6, Dorsey. So we imagine it. I've learned, like taking parenting class, you can teach your kids a lot of that through playing in imagination and all that. Like my daughter, she knows how to get away if someone tried to kidnap her right now. So she's not even a candidate because, like, when I'm around kids that's 6, they so naive. They're so oblivious. They just don't know what's happening around them.
Yep.
They're not clear. They're infatuated with strangers because their parents shelter them. And my kids don't go anywhere. I don't like people. And I'm like, girl, you are setting your baby up to be the perfect victim if it happens. Like, it's just not. And I watch parents do this to their kids, and I'm like, nah, I'm not that parent.
100%. A lot of us have to start being. Oh, go ahead.
I just heard something on TikTok that this lady had brought up. She was talking to her daughter, and she was telling her there's a difference from telling your kids, don't talk to strangers, don't talk to strangers. It's not that you don't want them to talk to strangers. You want them to make sure that they can see and know the strange behaviors in people. Not necessarily just strangers, but more so people in your family, because those are the main ones that do those things to your children or to you. And you have to watch out for that and let them see that and have them recognize so that they know those things besides, oh, stay away from strangers, because that's what we've been told and we've been repetitioned all our life. It's not that. It's the strange behaviors in people. Not even just people in the streets. People that live in your house, people that share your same bloodline, all of that. They need to make sure that. I seen that and I was like, wow, she did make a lot of sense on that. I really like that.
100%.
And a lot of people don't know that or don't teach their children that. That's why they do the stay away from strangers. So it's more so that they're isolated and they're not actually getting the full picture of what's really going on.
Yep. You spot on. I love that you shared that. And I'm going to tell y'all something else. Like where the book says the narcissist is a pathological liar, troublemaker. And it goes on to say demon-possessed thief of joy, right? They steal your joy. In order for somebody who's a pathological liar to continue to pathologically lie, what do you have to be?
Believer. Naive.
Exactly. Come on.
Yeah, person
gullible.
Yep.
For them to lie to.
Yep.
Codependent.
Yep.
You got to be out of your mind. Something wrong with you.
Yep.
If you believe all.
Yep. So when you see people that are like, my baby daddy is a pathological liar. I was with him for 3 years and that motherfucker lied about everything. To the average person listening, they immediately think, damn, her baby daddy a fucked up person. To me, she retarded as fuck. Like, she got some work to do. That's where because opposite of what motherfuckers was saying. The opposing party. This is when I realized how not to be. Okay, people that act like y'all is got all these testimonies about pathological liars. Okay, so let me operate completely different as far as how y'all perceive things.
And when you heal for real, Dorsey, like you do the work for real, you tell your story different.
Yep, of course.
I used to tell my story as a victim. Now, when people talk to me and ask me, like, what's your experience in the marriage? I'm like, listen, had I had my basics together, had I had self-esteem, understood what a marriage was, looked like a man, a good man was for me, I wouldn't have I walked my ass in the arms of a narcissist. He didn't have to come get me.
Yep.
My ass was right there with a bullseye right there on my forehead.
This is your Chrissy, you're saying exactly what I've been saying on my lives, but it's a lot of women and men, they can't receive it. Past the being triggered, they feel like, oh, she bashing women. Or, oh, she bashing men. But no, I'm telling y'all what the fuck is wrong with y'all, which is the exact reason why those people are able to do certain things to you or why your life looks the way it looks. When you say, I was in a marriage where I got lied to for years. Okay, we all know that he or she that you was married to is a liar. But what is wrong with you that they could keep repeatedly lying? Because the space I'm at in my life, a bitch can't barely get a lie past me. When some shit don't make sense, even if you ain't lying, if it don't make sense, I don't go for it. You could be telling the truth. But if it's too absurd, I don't even want to entertain any more conversation with you. So my testimony is never going to be I was lied to, because I'm not even finna sit up and believe shit that can't be factual or substantiated or backed by actions. Like if you ain't got no credentials and shit coming behind what you saying or reasons for why you saying what you saying, it truth or a lie, I ain't going for it.
The hardest part about people that I've learned in my journey is taking accountability for you let that nigga lie to you. Mm-hmm. You let him cheat on you. You let him slap you. It's hard to say you allowed that. And I get that part. But until the people can understand, like, people cannot literally do shit to you unless you allow the space for it.
Yep. 100%. But this is like the hardest concept. Go ahead.
I said that in a relationship. I told him, I said, yeah, you know what? It wasn't you. It was me.
Yes.
It was me that I didn't see those red flags. It was me that I continued to do this. It was me because I continued to let you do this. Because it was my fault. And it was me. So it is my bad. It's not you. It's me.
Yes.
He got so mad because he's like, now he's acting like, hold on. Now he got to get defensive and try to do something else to make it sound better than what I just did. And you mad because I'm trying to be real. I understand and I see my mistakes and where I messed up.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell y'all, the best breakup conversation is the one she just described. If you're trying to leave somebody alone, and like I teach this in my separating and breakup Zooms, like I talk about how if you leave somebody alone or you break up with them and your reasons for breaking up with them has to do with their behavior, all they're going to do is talk you out of it.
Yeah.
But if I make the reason why
I'm Ted Black, and I'm represented by Model and Talent Management. For a manly smelling body, you need 3 things: water, soap, and a body. Step out the shower smelling fresher and manlier than ever with Old Spice Body Wash for Men. Real freshness forged with real ingredients. Inspired by nature. That's Old Spice.
You're not no longer like in that space, then it's like now everything that's coming your way that like, you know, it's like you look at it like, damn, I used to be dumb as fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
I can relate.
Yep.
I be feeling way because it's like we were saying, like no one prepares you for it, and you don't know. You really don't know until you kind of like go through and start to experience stuff, or you start to make these realizations, and then there's still a part of it like the conditioning, the programming, the paradigm. So even sometimes when you realize you have a behavior, it does not make it go away away.
No, it doesn't. Because you're controlled, Sierra. You're controlled by your paradigms in your subconscious mind. You're not controlled by what you think just on the top of your brain tied to emotions.
Right.
Yeah, I think it has to do with accountability, responsibility.
Right.
You got to be accountable for what your part in that is. What you like, where your healing needs to. And that, like you said, that is hard for us to grasp. Like, damn, we was stupid in this. Man, we did let them do this to us. But a lot of us tried, we talked about it, we screamed about it, but we set the boundaries, but we let them go over them so many times. It's like we didn't stand up and, for the that we set. So we do feel a little stupid, and you don't want to take that responsibility and accountability because it does make you feel stupid.
But I like what you're saying, Adrian. I'm gonna tell y'all something else. We be a part of the problem. Like when I start talking like this, people check out the conversation. We be a part. Like sometimes you have to look at your partner. You a narcissist. You a manipulator. You're an abuser. But I enable you. Right. It's just like when you look at them shows like Intervention. Okay, there go the drug addict. But then when you look, the drug addict mama, his auntie, his brother, and his daughter, they all be giving him money to go get drugs.
Come on.
So he an addict, but y'all motherfuckers are part of the problem too. That's why the people that do the drug intervention, they don't just go get the addict and say, hey, go to therapy or else. Because ain't no or else. Because if the motherfuckers keep helping you, giving you money, giving you a place to live, pouring into you so you can go pour into your drug habit, you're not going to stop. If you keep supplying the narcissist with narcissistic supply, if you keep giving the liar a listening ear, if you keep giving the manipulator a body and mind to manipulate, if you keep giving the abuser somebody to abuse, bitch, you are part of the problem too. So when people be like, oh, let me tell you about my relationship, and they tell me all the bad things about the partner, I'm knowing you are just as bad as him or her. You are part of the motherfucking problem too. He toxic and you toxic too. She toxic and you toxic too. Both of y'all motherfuckers fucked up. Cause he lie and you believe it. She manipulate and you go for it. She run, you chase.
The same thing. Same thing with friends too. I had to realize I was the fucking problem. Like, knowing you have fucked up friends and you enable them and you support their bullshit, you are a part of their issues. You are the reason why they continue to be who they are. Because if they didn't have no one supplying that, who gonna sit around and if they're gonna end up by themselves? Because, like, say if I had 5 friends, if it's 5 of us, one of them was a manipulator. If all 4 of us left her ass right there by herself, who's she gonna be able to entertain other than a new source?
Yep.
So it's like I had to realize, like, Chrissy, your friend ain't shit, but you still friends with her, and you don't have this conversation.
Yes.
Once I start having that conversation, a lot about I tell you, when I saw a switch come in, I said, oh damn, a woman is a narcissist too. That's when I learned that women can be narcissistic.
Yes. Abusers and all. We in a day and age, Chrissy, look on TV. We enjoy and we support programs where these women be beating the fuck out of each other. And then we talk about men being abusers. You watch these shows where you see these women knocking each other the fuck out repeatedly. And guess what they skin color be damn near 80% of the time?
Black.
We be fucking it, and they ain't on there beating up other race. We beating each other up, beating the fuck for nothing. She said something. She looked at me wrong. Fuck her up, beat her up, sneak her, cut her, punch her, slap her. In the name of entertainment. And then we talk about, like, we got the nerve to sit around and talk about men being abusers.
I feel like women abuse each other more than men abuse.
What did I say? If even when it comes down to like posting pictures, the stuff that women be fixing about themselves, men don't be requiring us to fix that. You got to think about it.
No.
BBLs and surgeries and stuff, that shit just became popular. Niggas been busting down and chasing women since before a surgeon even knew how to fucking shape a body. It's not that's not a requirement of men. This is something we are asking for out of one another. We the ones on people pictures zooming in saying her lace lifting. Ain't no nigga on no photo saying, because her lace is lifting on the side, I won't get that pussy. I'm not gonna marry her because look at how short her heels are. I'm not gonna fuck with her because look at how them pants fit. On niggas, it's not looking at that.
No, they not.
Now, the idea is men are lustful and very sexual by nature. So obviously the women that have the nice bodies and the nice shapes, they show more skin. So of course, men are on their pages a lot more nowadays than the women that are covered up. But it don't change the fact that a man will marry a woman, whether she look like that or not. It's about how you treat him, if you respect him. The shit it be women that be being the cruelest to other women. It be women that be body shaming other women. The niggas that like big women, they follow and like and look at big women. Yep. The niggas that like slim women, they follow. We the only ones be on a big bitch page talking about, oh, she fat, y'all. Look at her. Look at this.
And when we talk about that, Dorsey, it's like we attacking women. We like what we've been attacking women. If you want to go there, like y'all watching these shows of black women knocking each other's frontals off and snatching wigs, like that's you still being a part of the problem.
But you know what, Chrissy? I'm gonna tell you this though. People are allowed to watch and support whatever they want. I'm never in the business of like telling people what they should be attracted to or what they shouldn't. All I be looking for is for people to be honest. Be honest. So if you gonna say niggas be abusing, say that bitches be abusing too, because that's what the fuck going on television. If you gonna say that men be narcissists, it's women out here narcissistic as fuck too. If you gonna say men be liars, women be lying the fuck too. Just be honest about what's going on. Like what you like, look at what you want to look at, chase what you want to chase. Just don't sit around and lie to me about what the fuck going on like I don't see what's going on. We got to start being more real, more honest, more logical. Be who the fuck you want to be. Be honest about who you are, what you got going on, what you involved in. And be honest as women. We do critique the fuck out of one another when we look at each other's pictures.
And I think that comes from generational too. That's a generational behavior pattern we picked up from, like my mom. She would critique my friends, like, don't mess with her. She light skinned. You can't trust them. They sleep with your man. But that came from her experience as being a slave back in her day, where white man slept with a black man, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. That came from a trauma for her. So she taught me, like, a light-skinned girl gonna always think she prettier than you, better than you. So I wouldn't be friends with her because she gonna always one-up you. Mm-hmm. And there was some light-skinned girls that I ran across that did have that mindset. But I don't know if their parents taught them, like, a dark-skinned girl gonna come for you. So you always do, like, we're taught to literally.
But we do it not just with colorism, Chrissy, because you're right. We do it with everything. I think in the past year, I've gained like 10 or 15 pounds. So like my face is fatter. When I go live, it's nothing but when, oh, she must be pregnant. Oh, love, you bigger. Oh, love, wait, you like you gaining weight. Oh, no men are on there saying that. Now, for me, I'm a heterosexual female, right? People on my platform know that. So I'm not looking at you bitches, and why are you bitches looking at me? It's weird. But ain't no niggas that are like actually attracted to me on the page saying, hey, love, you look like you gained 10 or 15. It's just women. And then we talk. People need to be more considerate and care about each other's feelings, and men are being abusive. And no, y'all hoes if I wasn't who I am, y'all bitches will run a bitch in the ground with their self-esteem. The way that you come just intrusive ass. Is that your hair? Where you got that wig from? Are you pregnant? You still with your baby daddy? Are you married? Just asking all kind of inappropriate, intrusive ass questions. Men ain't even asking that. Niggas is not even concerned with that.
And roaches.
I think that men are just conditioned to be polite to women, and women are conditioned to be catty to each other.
Rude as fuck.
Level of
it's
this high level of competition. Like I gotta chop her down so that I can feel adequate in this space. Like I can exist. I love women, period, and how beautiful their bodies are. All shapes, color, sizes, doesn't matter. I'm a big girl, so I'm the first target, moving bulls out all the time. But I don't reciprocate that energy because I know how harsh it is. Like I have a 70-plus-year-old lady that I know, white woman, who says women are nothing but bitches. Now she's 70 plus.
We treat,
okay?
but we
treat each other so poor.
Yes, this is what I'm saying. And for me, when I see it, I feel for people that don't have the mind that I have, because I'm knowing like anybody doing bad or depressed or a lot weaker than me, I'm knowing this shit is breaking them the fuck down. The only reason it doesn't affect me is because I'm consciously aware of what the fuck is going on in the world with myself and with women that are like this. But it sucks. I sit and I watch it, and it kills me to a certain extent to see how as females we're so unwilling to be accountable. I could honestly be a fucking 300-pound woman, or one of them women damn near close to being on my 600-pound life. For my mindset, it's millions of niggas that will still want to wife me and fuck the shit out of me. So I consciously know it has nothing to do with your physical appearance to a certain extent, with a man being attracted to you. But women are so focused on that. That's all they want to know is what your body look like, what you look like, what she got, what she wearing, how she look, what's going on over there, why she got this going on, why she ain't showing it. I remember one live I sat and I like, cause you know I have my purse line that just came out. I got my purse sitting in front on purpose, just for advertisement purposes. One girl, the whole live, she moved that purse. Well, I guess she trying to see my stomach or see my waist or what the fuck is wrong?
Hi, I'm Ted Black, and I'm represented by Model and Talent Management. An update to the acclaimed 80s runnings from the Adidas archive. Soft, stretchy knit upper energy returning boot cushion for all-day comfort. Bold color signature midsoles. Make a statement, man, so wherever you headed, you're sure to show up in style. Made with prime blue high-performance recycled material. Unisex design in men and women's sizes. Man, grab yourself a pair of Adidas today. I know I will.
Because how she was over there just on it all the time, and you sit there, got on her, I was rolling the whole lot.
It's you got to think about it. It has to be a motherfucking mental illness for you to sit here and be so concerned with a heterosexual woman's body as another heterosexual woman. You got mental issues. And this is how women walk, watching each other, looking at you. I know y'all have experienced, you go to salons and shit, bitches looking at other bitches, looking at how her real hair look, looking people up and down, looking at we're doing it. This ain't even got nothing to do with men. There's no men in these conversations or these rooms. This is us doing it to one another. It's terrible.
I get that a lot. I do that with my sister, but I don't really do it like that. It's not like negative. I was like, oh, her hair is cute. Oh, you see her, she's really pretty or something like that. But it's not really like to hate on nobody. But me and my sister sit there and talk about people, not necessarily in a negative way, but like, oh, she's pretty, like complimenting. But I do see that, and it's really devastating to know that just like women's supposed to stick together and they don't, and they just be against each other and bump heads all the time.
100.
Yeah, I get that too, because when I go live, and I done lost about 60 pounds in the last year or so, and everybody's saying I went to Miami and I done did all this stuff, and I ain't did none of that. I got a gallbladder removal and I can't eat nothing.
But the point is, who gives a fuck? This is when I talk about a person having a negative mindset. Because you can, like how she just said, you can look at people and choose to point out the positive. There could be 90 negative things. You could actually be a positive person and look at people, and instead of looking at the 1 or 10 negative things you found, find the one positive thing and just speak on that. What a concept. To train your mind, if you're going to look and view and evaluate people, evaluate for something positive instead of trying to find something wrong. This is when we get into managing yourself.
It's the level that I'm at right now, love. Like, I feel like with me, like I always feel like people always attacking me, and I used to always retaliate. But with me knowing now that like miserable people is the one that's gonna come for me, like now I don't.
Yep.
I don't feed into it. Like, okay, something wrong with you. Like, I'm not even finna get into that with you. Like, I don't even cuss. Like, when my baby daddy, he be trying to argue and stuff, and he'll be like, oh, you a little girl, you this, that, that. I don't even argue with him. Like, I don't even go back with you. I don't even call you no fuck nigga like I used to. I don't go on with
Because
you.
them people really be hurting. They really be going through trauma. They really be heavy with generational curses. Like, there is legit mental reasons why people go out and they speak negative before positive. Why they speak and cause chaos over peace and togetherness. Why they go out and they look to bring others down rather than uplift. They be hurting themselves. This is why they say hurt people hurt people.
Yeah, and they used to talk about my teeth being crooked. I got the braces off, now the teeth straight. Now, the teeth, first, y'all, her teeth all crooked. Now, her teeth straight, she must got her braces off. This, that. I'm like, man, you can't even correct it. Women still gonna have something to say, even if you correct what they was talking about.
Yeah. That's why you can't care about what people say. Yep. You gotta be secure with yourself.
I had this one girl, because I have long, pretty hair. My hair is all the way down my back. It's always been like this. My dad is Indian. And I don't really care for wigs. I don't really care for, like, hairdos. And people talk about me with me just like, but I love my ponytails. And I'm going to rock my ponytails till the day that I die. Because when I come home, I'm going to take this ponytail out and I'm going to walk around.
But I'm telling y'all, this is right. But as you mature, you'll realize people are really speaking to their own insecurities, because the idea is pretty, ugly, fat, skinny, tall, short. Everybody has their own insecurities, old, young. And so when you see somebody that they go to the negative first, it speaks on their mindset. And if you start understanding a lot of the stuff that I teach, you'll realize the things they are saying aren't for me. It's really for them. It really has nothing to do with me. When you learn this, you'll learn to watch what you eat. Meaning, I'm only going to take in what's for me. And if I'm a positive person, I am wired to only receive positivity. If I'm a person that has a growth mindset, I'm wired to receive constructive criticism and new valuable information. Anything other than that, meaning gossip and bullshit and things that have nothing to do with growth or forward progress, I don't eat it. Same way a pescatarian doesn't eat beef or pork. I don't eat those things. That's not what I'm on. It's not a part of my diet.
All right. You don't accept it. Like
yes.
The book, the 4 agreements, when in the book it said, like, don't, if